Testing. You want to check yours?
Is it Reggie Kush?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Discombobulated. I am your host, Bobby J Cox, and today I have a very special guest for the new year, an amazing comedian, an amazing musician who also has an album coming out and a stand-up album coming out back to back. Put your hands together for fucking Reggie Kush, everybody. Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited to have you here. Let's go to the album first. It's back to back.
Yeah, I was just about to correct you on that. I was like, actually, it's back to back.
Yes.
So yeah, this coming back to back after just releasing my EP, in which I dropped on my birthday, which is December 4th, and that's called Back Venture Time.
Yes. The artwork's insane. I like
you.
The artwork
I did all the artwork myself, man.
Yeah. You did. Oh yeah. Did you like a lot like with AI, or like were you drawing a lot of it?
Yeah, it's like I did it with AI, where basically I'm able to upload images of myself from like all angles, looking forward, looking to the left, the right, upper right, down to the left, just different features of my face.
Yeah.
And I can upload it to this program that creates a file that will train images to draw like these pictures.
Yeah.
So basically
of like your likeness.
Of my likeness.
Yeah.
And then the coding behind it, I could put it to where I could basically say anything. I could be like Reggie in space with a football helmet with some big ass stupid red shoes.
Yeah.
And it will generate my images, but it will guide me towards the things that I coded upon.
Yeah. Well, just before we started doing this podcast, I was talking to you. Said that I don't respect AI because I told my Google, I go, okay, Google, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
And you were making fun of it, and you're just like, sending it like pictures, like, you're like sending it like. You're like sending it pictures of all sides of your face, and you're like, I'm like, put me in space, girl. Listen. You're like you're so respectful, and I'm like, I'm gonna die by it, but
and
you're
I'm
like
gonna fuck it.
You're gonna Oh my god.
I'm sending pictures.
You are gonna be our first friend that you're like he's dating a computer, like, and that's okay.
I sent AI nudes before. It's basically what I'm saying. You like, fuck you, AI. He told his Google to shut the fuck up, and I was appalled.
Yeah. Well,
like I was like, do you be beating your Google when I'm not here?
No, and it's not like that's my argument. It's not like a person, so I am mean, but I'll also be like, okay, Google, like, what temperature should chicken be cooked to? And then she'll be like, I don't understand, but I found a recipe for chicken, and then just start spewing out. And I'm like, stop. I set alarms, and I'll say stop, but she won't stop on that alarm. And I'm like, I keep saying she. It's like, it's AI.
She.
It's like,
I mean, I guess it's a female voice, I think.
I know. I tried to change the voice to British, and it didn't help my anger. It makes me more mad, actually.
Google, do you identify as female?
You have to say, okay, Google. So, that's like you have to say, okay. Oh, you have to say, okay, Google.
Okay, Google, do you identify as female?
My apologies. I don't understand.
See, she'll do that a lot. And that's what pisses me. She's like, plays dumb. And I'm like, I don't
like
like
in
that.
the middle somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't care. You just answer the question. But she'll be like, I don't know. And then she'll be like, but I found a recipe for, it's a non-binary food that I found for you. Yeah, I don't know why. She does piss me off. My roommate knows too, because it's like, you'll set an alarm. And I've actually said, I'm like, cancel alarms. And she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, I guess I didn't set one. And then I'll be downstairs, and then it's like, it's like going off. Yeah, I don't like it. It pisses me off. Wow. But it's how I play music, and it's the only thing I can talk to. I'm sure if I got a better one, it's better. But when I got it, I thought it'd be cool. I thought I could like have conversations with it. But do you have like Chat GPT?
Yeah.
And I thought it would be fun, but like anything you ask, it's like, my apologies. I'm actually not allowed to talk about that.
Chat GPT, it won't even like, you know what I'm saying? If you say anything that's somewhere close to like
mean.
Illegal or mean
at all,
they'll be like, nah, I don't really get down like that.
Yeah.
But if you subscribe to Chat GPT 4.0,
does it do more?
It does more. I don't know if it teaches you how to rob a bank successfully, but
it did.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it gives you a little more perks.
Because I updated it, and I was like doing it to like write something up, like to send like a professional email, and I was like, oh, I'll use that, and it's like 4.0, and I upgraded it, and it had like more exclamation points.
Oh, you upgraded it?
Well, no, it's in my thing that I guess I pay. It's like 3.5.
You pay?
I think so.
Damn.
Well, I wanted to see what it was potential was. I didn't want to get the free AI, but it, and then they were like, but it still is. It feels like free AI. It doesn't feel that good. Like I'll be like, write me an email, and all the AI has proven is that like I'm actually pretty good at writing emails. I always thought that they were going to add something, but they always add stuff that's stupid. They're like, "How's your day?"
But they
I was
add
just
the
it
shit
sucks.
you don't feel like writing. Also,
Yes, but then once it's out, you realize that why would I send that in an email? No one wants to read that. Like, I've never read an email and been like, they didn't even fucking ask how my day was. But ChatGPT always adds that all the time. But yeah, I think AI is cool, but I do not respect it because I think it's going to take all of our jobs. I think it's going to take all of our everything.
Did you hear about the Tesla robot?
No.
Oh,
I just assumed there was one. I didn't even know there was.
It's an AI Tesla robot, but it's I guess it's to help build the cars. But it was 3 of them, and 2 of them was left like off, but one of them was on, and this third one that was on stabbed the employee in back of the elbows, and he bled all across the floor. He survived.
Where did it get a knife from?
Well, it had some like type of blades built in, so it was like Wolverine, but as a robot. And he stabbed.
That's your problem right there, dude.
Well, I guess maybe it was a screwdriver or something. It was like a robot to, I guess, build and construct. So it might have stabbed him with like a screwdriver. Back of a hammer, I don't know.
But you know that company's like, we knew that was going to happen. It's actually happening a lot less than we thought.
But it's crazy.
They knew people were going to die by these robots.
But this happened. The crazy thing is, we just now finding out about it, but the shit happened 2 years ago.
Oh, it did it really?
Yes, this is 2 years ago. I'm like, yo, so how far have they came along since then? Yeah, just now.
I like that you think came along. I bet they've been killing so many more that they're like, dude, put out the one that's not that bad. Remember that one from 2 years ago? They're like, we have to put out a story. They're like, put out the one that stabbed it because that'll be scary. But remember the one where it gathered all those people and then buried them alive? Remember that?
Right, because they be covering so much technology before it's even reached to us.
What's crazy is AI would make you, if you were dying by AI, you would actually wish you were dying by like the hands of a person. Like, could you imagine like the robot that like puts out like all the stuff at the grocery store is like burying you, and it's just like, it's just like dirt's going like this, and then it goes back and it doesn't even beep. It just goes back, grabs stuff, brings stuff back, scoops it over. You would wish you'd have a person being like, "I'm gonna eat you after this." You would wish it was like a human person
of a robot than a human.
Yeah, because there's no like, that's what I'm. Yeah, there's no humanity in it. You would wish you were getting strangled.
You're gonna die slow, and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I would just daydream.
At least, I don't think if robots start raping, that's when I get scared. As long as they don't start raping people.
You're not worried about dying. You're just worried about if it just pulls your pants down without your permission.
AI technology do you got robot rapists?
Oh yeah. I mean that would be bad. Yeah, that for sure. That would be the worst. But I like that. That's where your line is. I like that if they were killing people, you'd be like, robots kill people.
But that's worse than being killed. Like you getting raped by a robot.
This
is not a dildo. This is not a rose. This is a robot. That doesn't get no pleasure from this.
It would be crazy if like Terminator started like that. Like when the T-100 started fucking really going to town on us. The D-100. You just see it coming. You're like, no, that liquid guy comes at you, dude. You know he's just gonna go lick into your body.
Right. It's like,
oh my God. Well, I think we were talking about your album, and then we started talking about AI.
We went down a rabbit hole.
That's the whole. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, well, that's what I do.
Okay.
I pull people into how bad my ADHD is.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
It was a nice trip though.
It's kind of nice.
It was a nice side quest. It wasn't the main mission, but we went down.
But imagine if you were me. It's like taking mushrooms all the time. You're like, I like breaks from it. It's too much.
Right.
That's what my buddy said. He was like, I feel like I got lost, but he's like, but we got back, and I go, sometimes you don't come back, and that's the worst part.
We about to do it again.
Oh yeah, we're about to do it again. We've done that before. Well, here's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. That I pulled you into my vortex one time. I was telling my buddy after he saw you at my show, I was like, dude, one of my favorite things is me and Reggie were hanging out, and I was just telling a story, and I hug him so much. And so often that I just went like this in the story, and in the middle of the story, you leaned forward, and I go, "Oh, okay," and you go, "Oh, I thought you were trying to hug me." Remember the funny bone? We were standing there like this, and I just went like this, and you go, "Okay," and you're like, "Dude, this guy loves hugging me."
You're so much of a hugger. I don't know the signal. It's like when somebody throw their arm like that, I'm like, "All right, here, I give this nigga a hug." Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah.
I just want a hug, man.
I know I'm a bit. I like hugging people. But I do ask permission because I know like Libby, like our friend Libby, like I hugged her one time. She's like, I don't like that. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm like, I won't do it.
Hugging?
No, yeah. She does not. She doesn't love it. And I have there's other people like that. People that helium too that don't. And I'm like, well, if you don't like it, I won't do it. But If you let me, once you let me,
I
yeah, it'll
know
never stop.
Levy like hugging me.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god, I didn't know we were gonna get in a fist fight over Olivia Higgins.
I don't know,
that
man.
would be. Oh my god,
Maybe
I
it's
love
the
her.
color of my skin, dude.
Yeah. Well, do you think in a good way or a bad way?
A good way.
That's what I meant. Yeah, dude. And we'll be right back.
You said you'd never leave me. I wish I had a genie. I guess we're moving freely. This feeling shall pass. I love it did last. Tainted it went bad, but trust that I bounced back. Didn't know what you had, no sense in feeling sad. Hope that you're glad, but I had a last laugh. Hey chick, yo, what's your motive? You vanished, hocus pocus. Changed like I wouldn't notice. You gone, but I'm not hopeless. You said you'd never leave me. You said you'd never leave me. I'm feeling quite uneasy. You said you'd never leave me. You said you'd never leave me. You said you'd never leave me.
No, for real. We were talking about the album, and so you're releasing on the 30th. This will come out afterwards.
I'm
so this will be
releasing
out
the
on
album in 2 days.
Yes.
Actually, less than 2 days. On the
Yeah.
31st, New Year's Eve. Back to back is dropping. We back to back again with we got the comedy portion and we got the music portion. The music is like majority hip hop, but I added a few elements of pop. I threw some rock in there as well. And
The pop song we just listened to is sick. I really like
thank
that.
you,
I never
thank
heard you do a
thank
pop
you.
song. That was
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
We were
I
like
got-
talking about the music video. We're getting so into it.
Yeah, I got a few more in the queue, but I'm gonna say that for like more of the theme albums. But this album is like a little
Yeah.
bit of everything, but I will say like majority hip hop is on it. And then the comedy portion, I did it a little differently. Like I got a few jokes recorded in front of a stand-up audience, but I also have like funny stories. I got prank phone calls, and then I got like comedic style songs that's
Yeah.
more like trying to make you laugh. Cause like in my actual music, when they hear like, oh, he a rapper and he do comedy, they think it's like more of like a comedic rap.
Oh, every time. If
Yeah.
I told someone I was like I wrote a song down, they're like, oh, it's like a comedy song, and you're like, no, because we get that out so much that I feel like for music you want to get something else out.
Yeah.
It's fun too. It is fun, but
Yeah.
I feel like I always want to go the other way.
Yeah, and I do too. But I still like I dedicate like a few songs towards that, not like so I do it and like just for fun.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, I make like actual music where I'm being like serious, and I may
Yeah.
say something funny throughout the song, but it's
Yeah.
it's like me, my personality. This is how.
Yeah. I have a couple friends that like have like shown me songs, and yeah, they're usually not. Yeah, it's not a funny song, and you're like, I like that so much more because I think, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to like doing art, like, but with stand up, like sometimes you get to be sad, but like with music, you can have a sad song or a happy song on the same album.
Right.
But for stand up, it's kind of weird. Like if you try to like have a moment, like I remember,
Right.
I've definitely like told a story where I was like, I'm gonna get like serious, and afterwards, like a manager was like, hey, we don't know if you should do that anymore. You're like,
Really?
you know what I mean? Like they were, and it wasn't in a bad way. They were just like, I don't know if like they were just trying to be nice. Like I don't know if like the audience liked that, but I was like, I thought it was fun to like take a moment, like not like funny to like trick them, but to be like, no, this is a very vulnerable moment. But they're like, yeah, people don't come here for that. But I'm like, people do for music. People will let a song be like, they'll crank up their favorite sad song. But at a
Yeah.
comedy club, if you get serious, people are like, what the fuck? Like sometimes, but I feel like it is. I don't know. I think it's changing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like do you know Aaron Brooks, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of the best like emotional like comics, and I mean that in the way where he will like pull you through a story, and you're not upset that it's not like just set up punchline. It's like a setup story, and you might be like, what the fuck? You might be like sad at one point and then come back. And I think that's cool when it comes through as like for music, and I wish it came through more like in stand up and shit like that.
I don't think I know Aaron Brooks.
You don't know Aaron Brooks?
I be knowing people by face, but damn, I'm terrible. Let me say this now. I feel like I be having a certain amount of gigabytes for like.
I'm just glad you didn't. I'll be
space.
honest. I'm glad you didn't know who Aaron was, because you were looking at me so lost that I thought you were gonna be like, I don't know what you meant. So that's cool. That the fact that you just don't
Yeah.
know who Aaron is makes you
Yeah.
feel so much better.
But
I thought you were
it's-
gonna go, I don't even know what you just said.
Right.
Because I do that a lot. I'll go on a tangent and then all of a sudden come back down, and I'll literally watch people and they're like, I feel like they're waiting for a train, dude. They're like, I'll get on any locomotive that comes by right now because
Right.
I'll just go.
Yeah, man. It's
But no,
like,
yes, you don't know Aaron Brooks. That's okay. What were you gonna say about names though? Are you bad with names?
Is he famous?
In my heart. Yeah, no, he's hilarious, but he's I don't know if any of us are famous.
I might, man.
Well, no, he lived here, moved to Austin and then moved to LA. So he hasn't been in St. Louis for a long time. It's okay if you don't know
met
him.
him.
I thought that I don't know. I was asking you. I don't know.
Shit.
If you haven't, you have to.
My
He's very good.
Aaron, man.
No, he would
Charge
understand.
it to my heart.
He would literally right now would be like, "Oh, that's okay, that's great," and then would move on. He's the best. He's one of the
Okay.
sweetest guys. But are you bad with names or faces?
I'm bad with names, but I'm more like it got to be like a certain experience or interaction. But it's like a memory bank. It's like when I get a name, one gets deleted. When I remember a name,
Yeah, well,
one
you can
gets
only
deleted.
remember. I think it's like 120 you can only remember. So it's like if you go from city to city meeting people, or in New York, or where like you are, when you're meeting people all the time, and I'll remember the person, but like if someone doesn't remember my name, I sincerely am like, that's okay.
Yeah,
But if someone's like, if you had a time with someone and they don't remember you, you're like, then you care a little bit. So I'm like, who cares? So it's like if I remember you, I'm like, what's your name? Some people will literally be like,
like why? It's not
like, who
to
cares?
be taken personal, but it's
no,
like
there's
I
a
feel
lot
like-
of Brian's.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
let's not be so entitled. Let's
Yeah.
just be like, okay, you don't remember me.
And also, it's nice when you
Try
have
better to impress people.
I'm a good co-pilot in many ways. Like if you're talking to someone, I'll be like, I'll help out. I'm a good wingman. If you're driving, I'm a good co-pilot. But I also, if I'm with you, I will try to introduce myself because I know some people walk up and you'll be like, and I hate when someone's like, you have to introduce someone because after a while you're like, I know that person. And you ever been hanging out with someone all night and then someone comes up and you're like, oh, this is my buddy. And there's a new friend with them and you're like, this guy is, I'll just pretend I'm lighting a cigarette. It's not even there. I'm just like, I got to go. I can't.
All you got to do is be like, you just got to introduce the person you know. If you just introduce the person you know, they'll do the rest because they be like, all right, this is.
But they don't know. People don't always do that. People are like lazy.
People are lazy. That's just that's just my way of doing it. If I don't remember people's name,
Yeah.
I be like, what's good, bro? What's up, dog? What's going on, fam?
Yeah, I say buddy a lot.
General shit or buddy, like you
I
know
say
what I'm
buddy a
saying? You
lot.
Say, and
I'll be like, hey, what's up, buddy? I say, but yeah, people say that, and then I started to say baby, and
like,
people hate it.
yeah.
No one likes. I'll say baby because Tina says it a lot, so it got in
You
my
say
lexicon.
that? You be like this.
I'll say, what's up, baby? No, I don't.
this baby.
I go, this is my baby. No, I go, no.
Like-
No, I'll just say, I'm like, what's up, baby? I'll just say it because I don't know, it's a fun word, but it.
I don't think
seems
there's nothing
sick.
wrong with saying that. But if you be like, this is my baby right here.
That dude, could you? That would be. You would correct me if I was like, hey guys, this is Reggie. This is my baby right here. You'd be
I'm
like,
what?
yeah.
What? It's my baby.
You respect AI more than you would me calling you baby for
I
sure.
definitely-
If I got your AI, I'd be like, okay, draw Reggie Kush being my baby. Draw me old Reggie. Yeah, that would
AI really
suck.
gonna have a reason to kill you. man.
Oh fuck. But yeah, are you whenever you get like with music, do you think oh, that dog might have to go outside. Does Benny need to go out? Dude, there's a lot of dogs barking right now.
Yeah.
I'll cut this out, but let me pause this. We'll pause Michael quick enough that we won't. Benny, do you need to go out? Do you need to go out? He's not even near there, dude.
You thought that bark was coming from behind the door?
There was one back there, but there was definitely one over there. You disagree?
I didn't hear that one.
That might be AI fucking with us. Yeah, but so what other? Is it just? I mean, I know it's not, but is it just sad and happy? Or those are kind of the only two emotions that come with music.
Sad, happy.
No one's like. There's not a lot of good like or like
You could be
melancholy.
Some could be like from a neutral standpoint when you just pointing out certain things, but
Yeah,
I mean, sad, happy, mad, pretty much every emotion.
yeah,
Every emotion that you have is the same emotion you could put like in a song, and like
yeah.
it creates like it helps like with the music productivity because
Yeah.
it's like you emphasize on that emotion. So if I'm upset because my baby mama cheated on me, and I write a song about that, it's gonna be so natural and organic,
Yes.
and it's gonna produce like quickly rather
Yeah.
than me trying to write a happy song while I'm mad.
I did the same thing whenever me and my ex broke up. I told her, I was like, and I like, cause I was like, I actually was like starting to write songs. I would just, cause we still lived together, and I'd be in the other room and I would like write songs, and they kind of came out naturally. And that's funny that like, do you ever come back to a song and like, it's because with stand-up you can tap into what you were thinking, but like, is it hard to tap if you come back to a song to tap into that exact emotion you might have been feeling that first
Actually,
time?
I do that quite often. And I also do that kind of like with highs sometimes, like kind of like write part of it while you sober, and then write the other part while you high.
Yeah.
It's like me like coming back to it.
Yeah, you get both sides. You can kind of see the whole thing of it. Yeah.
Basically. And and even you know, just coming back to a song, because like once you got like a significant amount of a portion of that song done, with how I practice, or I'm pretty sure everybody else like this, they re-rap or sing the whole song, and it kind of puts you back in that that feeling or that mode you was when you wrote it. Now, the productivity might not be as fast, but if you say it over and over enough, it internally it's just gonna be like natural and organic, and then by the time you write the second verse or the rest of the song, it should like flow perfectly. But it may be like a slight difference in perspective or feeling or emotion you put behind it, but that doesn't make it like not a good song.
No, I've actually, and like I said, like my experience is limited. It's very bedroom, and like I did a couple of mics like playing like a guitar on stage, but like it's not for singing. I like the singer songwriter part mostly. Like I like thinking of a song, you know what I mean? Yeah. And whenever I play a song, I had one song that I was like very emotional when I wrote it, and then later came back and I was like, well, I think I feel the same way, but I'm a little bit less. And then more, like you said, more came out, but nothing comes out. Stand-up's the same way. Nothing. I don't feel like anything comes out as good as it does the inception of it. Like when you have that idea, like you said, I think it like flows out really quick, and then afterwards you're always kind of putting like finishing touches on it and stuff. But like, I've heard other musicians and people say they're like, the first ones, you can try to fix stuff too much, but like the first one's pretty good. Yeah. And it's like, I've written songs like when I was like just in high school, like in my room, songs that I still think about sometimes because I was like, oh, that wasn't bad. It's like 2 verses, but it's because it flows out really well. But then I'll try to add verses to that, and it feels sometimes it can feel phony like that. And I don't know, stand-up can feel like that too, whether it feels hacky or something like that if you try it on stage. But music's probably the same way. If you try to write more lyrics and you're like, this doesn't feel like, if it doesn't feel authentic, do you just try to get it out like just to get it out?
Honestly, sometimes yeah, that'd be more for like if I got writer's block or something like that, and it's kind of like just get through it, and then like, you know what I'm saying, come back to it or look over it enough.
Do you get writer's block with stand-up and music? Or more music?
I can't get writer's block with music, but sometimes I be in like this zen trance mode where I be like, no, you gonna get it done today. 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 To where I just zero in and I will focus on it. Now, it's not always that I get it done today, but I do get like a significant amount done, or I could even get it done today, depending on like the time frame I got in which I gotta start on a project. But I know how to like zero in on stuff. And somebody told me, I don't know, I might be autistic. Yo. I might be autistic because sometimes, like when I get on something, I don't know how to get off of it. Like I will literally spend all day on stuff, and I'll be like, "This is not important at all. This doesn't define me as a man." I just work on this shit all day until I figure it out, and then when I figure it out, it'd be like 10 hours then elapse, and I'd be like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking when you get zoned in on like a music production or something like that.
Not even just music. It'd be like some random shit. How to upload a Facebook video in 8K.
Oh yeah, and then like
without any distortion. And then I try like different ways. Spend the whole. For example, like little shit.
You're by yourself too long in like, I guess I might be autistic because I've done that too. And have you ever, when you're in a wormhole where you start to be like, can I get a video from the guy I now know on YouTube? Right. When I'm trying to like, no, like they're like, yeah, dude, I was like online and a different guy came on. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it with that guy. No, I want this. That's like a K-hole of like, dude, you start to go down, you build chemistry and you get lost. And when you realize that time is gone, like, I feel like some people really do that. Like you hear people do that with their lives with drugs and stuff like that. But I feel like as comics, we're always going so much and it's hard to get in the zone because we're always like kind of popping in and out of stuff. But with music or creating a thing, editing something, you get in that zone. And when you look up, and I literally looked up and I was like, it's okay, dude, I have to go. When you're like, when you realize you have to go to sleep and then you're that kind of tired where you've been standing up and you're like, when was the last time I ate? Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of tired, like that's not good. Yeah. But that's fun. It's weird though, because it's fun to get in that, but it is hard to
so
do
like,
that. So you won't get writer's block, but you'll like push
like
through
writer's block with comedy. I feel like I would get that more than music, because I feel like I write music easier than I write like stand-up comedy jokes, because honestly I need to write like some more like jokes, I feel like. But how I create my material is different. Like I like to create it like based off conversation, interactions.
Me too.
And like the audience perspective,
Me
making
too.
it like more conversational.
What you just said, I'm being honest. I've said that too, where I was like, the work will always make you better. If you wrote every single day, it makes you better. But I kind of gave into like what makes me the best comic, and it is what you're saying, like. Conversation, like earlier before when we were sitting there, we were talking about that my dad and the Nickelodeon thing, that bit, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna write that down because like that's where it comes through.
Yeah,
more than
exactly.
like more than just sitting in it like a Denny's drinking coffee, like be like I'm gonna ride the bus and look at people. Like there is something with that, but I do have some rituals with some of it, like with stand up. Like if I go to a store, I try not to ever have my headphones in because I'm like, dude, something with stand up might happen and shit like that. But I feel like with music. Like, where are you? Because, you probably don't wake up and just sit down and be like, I'm going to write music. You kind of have to wait, like, for that something to spark, or do you sit down? Because, like, I feel like you can, like you said, whenever you're like, I'm going to work on something, you can do that later. But do you ever, like, when you have that idea, where do you?
Sometimes I get, like, the premise down, and I may get, like, a couple punchlines, but then, like, I fish it out to the audience because I be knowing it's, like, a funny, like, topic. But it just be me like working on like the delivery of it all, and like which typically come when like you doing more headlining sets rather than like the type of comedy that we do as far as like has conversational. It does very well when you like headlining, when you got a long duration of time to stretch out, kick your feet up, rather than like a 5, 7, 10 minute set to where you gotta produce jokes and get laughs per minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And some people are great. Some people are good at that. And when you have that great 7-minute set, it's great. But when you get when you're in the zone of just kind of being like, I'm talking to people and not necessarily just crowd work, like, you know what I mean? Like just being completely in the moment. Like, I feel like that was something that like happened over the weekend, was like trying to just getting that like relaxed. Cause it's also like so we did the weekend at Helium, and we were in like the garage, which is a smaller room, and you can hear, and DL Hughley was in the other room, and when you can hear how bigger that like, I'm like, it's so much loud. Everything that comes from there, the line is so much bigger that it comes around the corner, and you watch them go in while the show's going. You know what I mean? Like it's like that much more. And then you just try to be like, well, instead of just like worrying about that, like I'm going to find my own corner of relaxation, even though it's like loud or whatever. And like that happened a lot that weekend. But like, even when I came on stage the first time, you definitely almost made me cry being sweet, bringing me on.
I tried, man.
That was so
honestly,
sweet.
I wasn't trying to make you cry.
No, I don't think you weren't. You said,
I'm going to say what's in my heart rather than, you know what I'm saying, just all the little credits, this, that, and the third. How do you feel about this person you bringing on stage right now? We know you did this, that, and the third, all the merits. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. But how do I feel about Bobby J Cox? And I figure like, you know, that's the best way to bring somebody up, especially when they headlining in front of a crowd. This your audience, this your demographic. They came out to see you. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear, they want to get to know Bobby more as a person. They want to know the people who Bobby knows. Who is Bobby friends? Who is Bobby circle? Who is these people? How do these people feel about Bobby? You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than like a stand-up comedian is more than just being funny. Because people connect more to who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's your life like? Where you grow up? You know what I'm saying? What's your girlfriend in the past? Your ex? Let's tell us some stories. Let's make us laugh and let's learn about you. It's like,
I don't even. There's comics I don't even care if they're funny. If you're a cool person, I like let's hang out. Because
some people are great comics, but they got shitty personalities.
All of them, mostly. A lot of them.
A lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? You can respect their art, but not like them as a person. It's like R. Kelly. Like, I like your art, but I hate you as a person.
I know. It keeps happening. I mean, I know that there's some people out there that are like, dude, please don't cancel like my favorite. It's got, like my favorite person. Because it's also like because it's different with music too. It's not like with someone you'd be like, oh yeah, those were their ideas. But like music, you're like, at one point, some songs kind of become ours. So it's like, you know what I mean? Some songs feel so connected to you that to take that away, you're like, well, when I listened to that song, I wasn't a bad person. Like I didn't know that or whatever. But no, I'm bad. I try to get better at like taking sincere like forms of like compliments or love. But that was really sweet because like how you brought me on stage, and even just now, like it was cool that you were just, because I was like, hey, just cause I was gonna be like, hey, for credits or whatever, I was like, just kind of say whatever. I was just like, say whatever you want, because there are times you want to be like, say this exact thing for whatever the thing is, but also I've never been at a show, and unless it's something you've already seen, no one's ever been like, and they have a podcast, and people are like, let me get it on. What was it again? I'm not gonna write it down. Like, just say how you, like you said, feelings resonate with everybody, but not everyone watches like Apple Plus TV or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's a crazy thing. People not gonna want to hear about that until they see what you do after, like what you do on stage, because like people be like, oh, he did Netflix, he did Amazon, he did this. They get on stage and they fucking suck, and they be like, I'm not watching none of that shit.
Yes.
If anything, you might as well do the shit yourself.
Yeah.
If y'all like what y'all saw tonight, my album Bag to Bag, what is it gonna hurt you to tell them to promote your own shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless like, because the credits at the end of the day, as good as they are, and it sounds good because from a marketing standpoint to the audience, they be like, oh, we seeing people on Comedy Central, we seeing people on this. Yeah, it's good, but you know what I'm saying? What's the point of all these credits if you're not delivering when you get up there to perform?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's
you,
as
a comic, as a comic, outside of the marketing thing, you as a comic, it's like you want these people to list all these things on stage, but are you delivering? Right. As a comic.
Exactly. And it is a way to like warm them up as a feature. Whenever I feature, like for people, that's the only time that I'll be like, they'll be like, do you want me to say anything? I always say, I'm like, because sometimes the host gets nervous. I've gotten nervous. So I'm like, if you can just say my name, that's okay. But if you're going to say anything, and I always thought like, say opens for Nikki Glazer or Dave Chappelle, because that is a thing that is an ego thing that I do, but it is cool because it like all of a sudden it makes them pay a little bit more attention.
No, it does.
Because as a headliner, it's different too. Because sometimes it's like the credits help or not. That you have to know that there's like there are a time that I feel like you'll be like, please say that I've been on Netflix, and I'm like, absolutely. But they also are funny. But sometimes if they're like, say this, this, and this, it's a little different. But like whenever I say that, I've seen people when I walk, I've heard people be like, pay more attention. Like they're like open for Dave Show, and they're like, oh, okay. And you do that, but it's because that's how much all those little things like do matter and stuff like that too. But also I've seen a guy be like, I don't care, say whatever. And then they go out there and crush harder than the headliner. That's a true not caring. We were talking about that earlier, being cool.
Yeah.
But the real way to actually be cool is to be like, no, I actually don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've had people mess up my name and I didn't care, and it made it funnier that like, could you imagine a guy being like, that's not how you say my name. No one in the audience is like, I like that guy. You're like, that guy's crazy. Everyone messes up names.
Anything, I fucking around and create like a joke about it. But like basically, if you're not living up to all these merits, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't mind nobody saying, you know, I did this, that, to get the audience more tuned in. Because like, I honestly don't care that much, but I can't expect everyone to think exactly like me, because some people want them to say this, say that.
And you might change your mind. I think
I could change my mind. Like if I got a project that's coming out soon, or if I want them to check out, I mean, it only makes sense for me to like have them mention it.
I feel like we're at a similar perspective where it's like right now we're at the point where, and it's this is a cool point where it's like I feel like our perspective is all we care about.
Right.
So right now, like, and not like in an egotistical way. It's like in the way that you're like, okay, I don't care about that, so I'm like it doesn't matter to me. But you're like, if that matters to you, but like right now for us, I'm like, I just want to do the art, because I know I also know when I go out there, they're gonna like me. I love when I walk it out there, I'm like, they think that I'm an idiot. They don't. They're just some guy. They're like, because I go to see bands and I've never been like, oh, I can't wait to see the openers. You're like, just do the headliner.
Right.
But with comedy, it's cool because you can get surprised because you have to sit there. You can't go to the bar and talk. You have to be like looking at the person. But you never follow the person. People are always like, people will tell me, they're like, dude, after the show, make sure you say like my handle or something. I'm like, no one's ever, I've said my name to a person and they'll say they'll follow me. And then the same little followers I have.
You know what I mean? It actually does work, man. Like, if you say like follow me on Instagram, it actually does work.
I try it.
Yeah, like you, even if you get like a couple, I didn't got like 10, 20 just off saying my.
But are you handing them some or just saying it?
I'm saying it like I gotta say. Like we said, follow me on such and such. Reggie.
I used to say Bobby J Cox, and then eventually I switched it to I go Bobby J Cox, and they go okay. I go it's like Gay Cox with a J, and I swear to God, after a show, I notice people following because I think when I say it, they think I'm saying my middle initial.
Yeah,
and I'm not. Like, I'm not like Bobby J Cox. I'm like, no, it's Bobby J Cox. That's a dumb last name. It's such a, dude, it's so stupid. It's when someone asked me if it was a stage name, I'm like, you thought I made my name up? They go, then you should. I go, what's funnier than having Cox in your name?
I can't got Cox in your name.
I do. I got him under the bed too. I'm just
I think basically what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with. I'm just gonna say that doesn't define you as a comic.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying, how good you are, your potential on stage. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I think, and that's what I was saying about our perspective. I think we're both at the point where which is the best, just caring about the art of it, like what we like to do and all that stuff, and like all the other stuff that comes with it's like. It's bonus, and you change when you want to do it. Like there's times where I want to sell merch, and there's other times I'm like, I couldn't care less. I just want to have fun. I want to go outside and smoke with people from the show. I want to like hang out. Like that's a nice place to be.
A little bit about it. Yeah, for sure. Definitely on the fence about it. Some shit I'd be like, man, just bring me up.
Yeah. But it's so fun. But what do you like? Do you do New Year's resolutions? Because this will probably come out in 2024. Are you like that? Because I've kind of, even as an artist, I've kind of getting on that. I'm like, every day's a New Year's resolution. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like every day, like.
You mean to tell me you all the way in July, and you talking about, my New Year's resolution gonna be this.
Yeah.
You got a whole motherfucking 5 fucking months to start on that thing right now.
I feel the same way about Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Why wait to start on your New Year's resolution as if tomorrow's promise or even the next second? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you might as well start now. What time? What is time?
Yeah.
What is time?
It's pretty irrelevant.
You know what I'm saying? Just fucking.
It's only like relevant when you jump back into the world. When you do mushrooms, you're like, it doesn't matter. And then you're like, I hope these wear off because I am late for things. Like that, time matters like almost nothing, but also super important.
You waiting on a man-made year to come by on the calendar, the revolution around the world, whatever.
You see, you being very in the moment, like I feel I was like the same way about Valentine's Day is like I remember a girlfriend, I didn't get her something on Valentine's Day, and I was like, well, we were still hanging out and doing something. She's like, yeah, it's like Valentine's Day or whatever, and I was like, I think every day, like I've bought you flowers just randomly. We've went and hung out. I'm like, if there needs to be a specific day for you to like feel that special, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like is so silly about it.
And it's crazy
because
they don't want to hear resolutions. That shit.
But that's how it is. But that's how it is about New Year's resolutions. I'm like, every day is special, but we know that we went really.
A girl will let you slide on New Year's resolution, but let Valentine's Day come around and she don't got a heart with chocolates on there with a card that say I love you with a dozen roses. Yeah,
I know. That is like a key thing. I have dated a girl that's like, it is like kind of silly. I'm like, oh my God, marry me. Man, I like it.
The question is, did she truly mean that, or was she just saying that because she liked you that much?
We'll never know about the truth because I'm always blown away. Do you ever like, you know what I mean? Like I've actually me and that girl had broken up. And I remember I had asked her a question, and because there's like no we're like broken up. How she answered, I literally was like, I don't even know this person. We lived together. Yeah, relationships are wild. You never know. Do you ever, I take everything at face value. Like people later will be like, I think that guy was lying, and I go, oh, I forgot we could do that. Like I take everything kind of at face value. So that you've met, dude. I am, I'm getting better, but you know how, dude. I am wildly gullible.
Yeah, man. You got to sit and read, man. You got to sit and read that shit.
When I sit and I can't. I have to do audiobooks and just walking really fast.
Man, you really gotta gauge it, because even then, like even if you think you trust someone, they could still be fucking lying. They just that good.
I know.
So you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm better. I can tell. I feel like I can tell if someone's like lying to me, like emotion. Like if someone's feelings, I'm good at that. But if someone's just like lying to me about facts, I'm like, okay, like 100%, dude. Yeah. I don't know why I'm like that, but it's just. Yeah, I'm very. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta stop telling people I'm gullible.
It depends on what they say. If they say I cut my grass or some shit, some simple shit, yeah. But if they was like, oh, I was fucking Senate fucking Constitution or some shit like that back in the day or something like that, I'd be like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying? Like,
yeah. But I have been more having fun with, what's fun is like a white lie, like something that doesn't matter, like or something like that. Like if I'm like, I'll call customer service and like this thing happened, and then they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I'm going to try my acting skills. Like, I'm going to you know what I mean? You're going to embellish and stuff. Like, this is going to be recorded. I'm like, oh, I hope you bring me to court for this.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little fun.
Some people take you, lie to you just to take you on that journey, that little trip.
Yeah.
Sometimes, actually, I learned to appreciate some people that lie and they lying, but they they think you dumb enough to believe, or they just,
You're the one thinking they're dumb, and I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Or they
I
just-
can't believe they lived in Guatemala.
or they just giving you the thrill of because they know you enjoying the story and they get a kick out of telling stories.
Yeah.
So it's like they give you this whole journey, and you be like, yo. This funny as hell because they honestly think I believe them. And that be the entertaining part because then you could even plan the story like, oh, you really did that? And they be like, yeah, man. It was crazy. And it's just like a way, it's just a form of entertainment.
Yeah, so you're not gullible at all. Like I've ended up at some house parties where I've gotten like very scared because I'm so gullible. I'm like, there's gonna be a good time on the other end of this. And then I showed up with some of the biggest dirt bags I've ever met in my life. Do you ever do that? Or you're like not gullible? Like, are you gullible enough? Like, I'm so gullible that I'm saying like I ended up at the wrong scenarios.
Yeah. I wouldn't say
Like a girl's like, let's go hang out, and then like you end up like on the east side, and I'm like, oh, this girl's like scaring me.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
my buddy he headlined. I won't say his name, but he was like brought a girl, and I never met this girl. And I was like, oh, we'll come hang out, and they were kind of hanging out, and literally we get there, and she goes, I don't have money, and I go, you knew we were coming over here, so I started like I had to like pay her way. I was like, I'm not even hanging out with this girl, and I was like, you just start finding out about people. Yeah. I'm just it's not a good world. I don't even know where I was going with it. It's just not good.
To me before. I've
gotten in a bad scenario. I was just like, I trust this girl. Let's go. We'll drive my car.
It's kind of hard not to be gullible when pussy's involved.
Yeah, but it wasn't even for me. And that's how good of a wingman I am.
I know.
You've seen me.
Pussy was involved.
Yes, yeah.
That's what
you're right.
I said involved.
Yes. Dude, honestly, you're right. And what's funny is I swear to God, there's gay friends that I know that I was like, hey, let's go party on the east side. And there was girls that were involved, and they were like, all right. So it's like, I guess it is anytime pussy's involved at all. Everyone's like, I guess we're going.
It works for everyone.
Well, you do know that like at the end of the day, even if something went wrong, we do have like the like cradle of life. We have a woman. Like at the end of the day, you need a woman. Like even, you know what I mean? We need someone to hang out that like someone needs to tell us, hey, we should probably end the night at some point. And we're like, we'll let this girl be the barometer. But whenever the girl's not the barometer and she's kind of going crazy, that's whenever I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like that's when I'm gullible and I'm like, I've ended up in a bad scenario. Like that's not, yeah. But in my 30s, I ended up in them less.
Right.
In my 20s, I was in my 20s, I did a show at the Lake of the Ozarks and ended up, the girl's like, let's go back to my house. I go, okay. And we were driving for like a scary amount of time, like so long that I was like, if she killed me, no one would know where I'm at. Like this was like that long ago. So yeah, I ended up in some bad scenario. I woke up and her kid was right here and goes, Dad, I swear to God, goes, Daddy. And I was like, I hope not. And she was like, we have to drive my son to school and then like 45 minutes back home. And I was like, I'm never coming to the Lake of the Ozarks again.
You had to drive how far?
It felt like an hour and a half, but I think it was probably like close to like 40 minutes or something like that.
You had to drive?
Pussy was involved. It
It
was her car. She's like, I'll drive. And I was like, okay. And then I was just like, I'm in her car and I'm just like, I remember like halfway there being like, you're supposed to like remember the roads. If I got out, I would have just laid down and been like, take me. World. Yeah, time would have taken me. It was bad. Bad scenarios I've ended up in, dude. Very bad scenarios. But yeah. There's really nowhere else to go besides up from there. So your album's coming out, and I can't wait. Do you ever correct people when they're like, is it back to back? You're like, no, it's back to back. You're saying it more like Dracula.
They do, but it's
back
funny
to back.
you still got some people that are say it, which is funny when they do it because everybody got their own.
Yeah.
Bah, they be like, bah, bah,
Yes.
bah, 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 bah,
I'm trying to say it into my phone and like, did you mean bah? Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
It'll be funny once they implement that shit in the AI.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they be like back to back.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do the
Yeah.
But yeah.
You should make her announce it better. You should ask if they be like, you got to be like, can we say that?
I'm gonna take it slow with my AI. Don't tell me how to run my AI. You handle your AI how you gonna handle your AI. I'm gonna treat my AI with decency and respect.
Okay, you do that. I want to learn that from you, and I want to learn how to be good in like silence. Because even for a second just now, whenever we like sat there, I've been with you so many times, and you'll just be like, there's a couple people I know like this, but I feel like most comics were like, but we'll sit and hang out, and I feel like me and you could sit for like, if it was up to you, we could sit like a whole train ride and just like enjoy looking out the window. But when it's up to me, I'm like, so when I was 6. The dirt bike ran over my hand. I was like, you know what I mean? I feel like I want to learn that. I'll learn how to like use AI from you, and I'll learn how to be real relaxed like you.
Sometimes you just gotta be chill. Cause
The chillest I've ever seen you was even in New York when all those cops were there and you tried to jump the turnstile. You asked if you could jump the turnstile, and you were so chill. I remember I was laughing so hard on the ground because I was like, I would never ask that, dude. We were in New York, and it was me, you, and Kevin, and he went through, I went through, and you were right behind us.
Right.
And as soon as you come, there was just, you turn, and I don't. How many cops do you think there were? 20.
It was a bunch of.
It was. That's why I said I was like, there's a lot of cops.
It was a bunch of them.
And so I turn around and you just go, would you guys turn your head real quick? And I fell down laughing. They didn't laugh at all. They didn't at all. And you go, I swear to God, you go, I'm kind of serious. And they didn't. They made you turn around and buy one. And I was like, oh my God, I started laughing so hard. And you went through, you're like, well, that sucks. You're like, I was going to, you asked it. But that, to even just be that chill, like, I would get pulled, like if I ever got even like pulled over or anything like that, like I always I get scared for any authority or anything. And I've never seen you anything but chill.
This the thing, man.
I would
Especially
chill.
with the subway officers in New York. Like, do you honestly think I'm going to stand there while you write me a ticket? Like, really?
That
like,
doesn't even cross, and that's funny because that's so cool that it didn't cross my mind.
Honestly, like, the worst thing that can happen if one of y'all actually catch me.
Yeah.
And y'all not about to catch me unless y'all fucking do cross country, track and field. Y'all gonna have to work to give me this ticket. So
That's
I
cool.
have to, and I'll joke about it right after.
That's
okay.
cool.
Oh, stand right here and give me your ID, and I'm gonna write you a ticket while you stand here in front of me, and I'm out of shape.
Yeah. You're like, what's your name? And then you look up and you're gone.
I'm not, dude. I'm out. So if they would have tried to get me, okay, all right, come on and catch me. Let's go.
Yeah.
I thought y'all weren't gonna work tonight, but here it goes.
Dude, I would stop and be like, you can call my mom if you want. Like, that's
like,
that's cool though. Yeah.
Yeah, and the ticket, I hate even saying I never got a ticket before because I feel like there's almost a jinx in it.
Yeah, I know. But
So
there's no such thing. There's no
karma,
such thing.
I'm talking to you, Karma. I'm not saying it.
Sure.
I say, you know what I'm saying?
You'll be good.
You're right. But
You can talk to Karma if you want, but you're gonna be just fine.
Okay.
I'll tell you that from the perspective of just a guy with ADHD that knows it. I just know you're going to be okay. Because I have ADHD so bad that sometimes I feel like I can tell the future. Sometimes it goes
really?
that
You got
fast.
visions?
Sometimes. Every once in a while, for real, dude. And when you take mushrooms, they're a little bit, you're like, I think I'm right. Every once in a while. But yeah, dude, I think that's cool that you would just be like, you're like, I didn't even think about, I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I was literally just like, because I did jump the turnstile once.
Yeah.
And I've definitely went, or like in St. Louis, I've also been like, it's a lot easy. There's no turnstile. You just walk. You can just be like, I didn't know I was supposed to buy one.
Right.
But there I've jumped it and I got so guilty and I turned around. I feel like if I did, I would see a cop and he'd be like, son, you could have just kept going. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because it's a different thing. You're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
That's what's so stupid
but
about
it is
it.
embarrassing when you get caught doing that and you 30 and over.
That's what I was gonna say. Is because I'm more rebellious now in certain like stupid ways than when I was a kid. I was anything so respectful of authority overly. It was like annoying. And now it's weird to be because it's like if you get caught shoplifting as a kid, like even parents are like, hey, I did that too. Yeah. But if in your 30s they're like, you need
they disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Like
could you imagine that?
Scum.
Exactly. So now it's like weird to be rebellious to know. I think rebellion is a normal part of growing up, but I fought it so much because of like Catholic guilt or any of that shit. Like it's
only time
good.
I don't hop turnstiles is if I'm like with a girl. But if the girl hopped the turnstile, I'd be like, all right.
That's a trap. I'm not. If I saw a girl hop a turnstile, I would absolutely propose on like the.
That's like a
that's
turn.
hot.
Okay, she a badass, but like she's like I can't like, you know what I mean? She probably watching me like, okay, you ain't paying to get in the train. And I'm like, no, they probably turn her off.
But are you not at the point like? I mean, I don't know how well you are, but I feel like as a comic, we're not the richest guys in the world. So I kind of like meeting girls that I'm like, if that's important to you, not jumping turnstiles, I don't even know what we're doing.
You see that sign behind
here.
you? That's me right there.
Yeah, the Poor Kings, dude. That was us for sure.
The Poor
dude.
Kings.
The fucking dude. Absolutely, the Poor Kings. Dude.
That's what I am.
That's from like when we started stand up, dude.
Right now.
That's how I feel, yeah. Because you feel that was something you said about being about whenever I asked you I was like, what do you mean being the GOAT? You're like, I think everyone should be the best. I think everyone could be the GOAT.
Anybody could be the GOAT, man. It's all about being the greatest of all time and being self and who you are as a person, truly embracing your spirit and what you have, and you connected to your soul, you're self-aware, you know yourself as a person. No one could be better than you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And if like no matter how hard they try, it's you at the end of the day. And then like people not always gonna like you for who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be somebody to dislike you for this. So even if you try to change to be somebody else, it's still somebody that's gonna dislike you for being that. So you might as well just be yourself at the end of the day. I feel like, you know, everyone can reach their true potential long as they like hone that skill and like, you know what I'm saying, they zero in and focus on their mind, meditate, get in tune with yourself. Then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anything could be like accomplished or done at your capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you do resonate that very well. Cause I do, like I said, like you do, even though we were joking about like just being calm in like a conversation, I've never seen you on stage, off stage or anything get in like a different mindset. Cause you're just like, no, I'm just being myself, which I'm even trying to take that to heart, that last thing you said. Cause I think it's the one thing I struggle with is like, not for like an ego thing, just because I don't like to, it's not that I want everyone to like me. I don't want anyone to not like me. But then you also realize that not everyone does. So who cares? And when you're out and you don't like on stage and you don't care about that, it's so much fun. Like you'll do a bit and almost change people's opinions because you feel something so strong. I feel like I don't do that in the world, but I feel like you do that very well. And I feel like that's something like once you learn to do that, it's a lot better. Like, and I do it. It's hard, at least for me. It doesn't. Yeah.
I think for me, like honestly, I feel like I just keep silent rather than vocalizing how I really feel about like certain things. Because sometimes I don't like to speak like prematurely, or I don't want to speak about anything I'm not too knowledgeable about. Because you know what I'm saying? I might say something dumb or stupid.
I know.
Thinking I know some shit unless I didn't study. So it's like, basically that's how I steer clear of like a lot of bullshit, because like, you know what I'm saying, I could give you my opinion on what I think what you said or if it offended me. And you know what I'm saying, if I truly feel like I need to do that, I will do it. But some of the times it's like I'm not even finna waste my breath. It's like why even sit here and talk to just you? And you've been raised like this your whole life. What? You want me to sit here and try to change your perspective? You want me to take time out my day to try to get you to change your perspective based off my views? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even finna waste my time because like, some of the times I don't even care that much to do. And but it's people out there to do will give you a piece of their mind, and they not doing, that's just them. That's just the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whether you like me or not. I'm not trying to make you like me. I'm not trying to make you dislike me. If we connect, we connect. If not, then so be it.
And that's more on. And that's how that is like when you're talking about manifesting a little bit earlier when we were chatting, like that is kind of what you're doing. If you're the more authentic and honest you are, like it, I'm not trying to say it doesn't, not like spiritually or religious. It's just like you end up where you're supposed to because you're authentically doing everything. And like I've learned that too. Like there's times where you try to think about what other people want you to do and you're wrong anyway, and you should just do exactly what you want because it's way better. Like I've said stuff that's honest, and even things that you think you're like, I wouldn't want to say because I want to hurt their feelings. You say it and then everything gets better because it's alleviated it. It's honest, but I'm not always great at that, but I try a lot better.
Let me say this, bro. Even like you could try to be as nice as you want with the message. Some people still don't know how to take that. You could say it coming from the heart because you want this person to be better, and you thinking about all the words not to say that will hurt their feelings. So you specifically choose the words to say, and you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
And you try to make it easier on them on what you're saying to them, but it's not in malice. There's no ill intent behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you say these things and you have people that still like get offended. And that's not that's a personal problem towards the person. That has nothing to do with you.
You seem very
and what
healed,
you said.
dude.
Yeah,
dude.
So it's like when you say this to some person, you be like, yo, you may have like some past trauma or something like that to where you feel like the stuff I'm saying to you, I'm coming off as attacking you. But I'm not attacking you. I'm not degrading you.
I just am.
Yeah, I'm just saying this because like I care enough to say it. Honestly, if I didn't fuck with a person enough to say it, I wouldn't waste my time saying certain things.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I feel because I've tried to learn now that like because of like, and I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm using it as like a point of example. But like when I talk to people with my ADHD, because sometimes I'll be like, I don't want, because I'll say something, they'll be like, wait, what did you mean? And I go, oh, so I'm not being clear. So I'll try to preface something. Like if I was gonna like tell someone, be like, hey, I really like your hair. I would be like, hey, just so you know, like this is a bad example. I'd be like, I'm not making fun of you. Like I love your hair, and they'll be like, well, why would you say that? And I'll be like, because maybe someone else had just made, like usually if it's a guy or something, like someone else had just done it, so I don't want you thinking I'm doing that. You know what I'm kind of saying?
That's something you'll do. Yeah,
it's like something that I'll do, but I'll be like, and I try not to, because you said they're already going to take it wrong anyway. But if you just say what you feel and move on, it helps a lot. Like there was a guy on the road. I told this guy, he get off stage, and I go, I tried to preface it because I was like, but he heard it, and I go, you don't even know me, and I'm a comic, but I go, you could say this, hey, take it or leave it, man. And he goes, all right. And I just like backed up instead of trying to like overly do it, but I just said it. He messaged me on Instagram. He goes, it works every time. It's like my favorite part of that tag or whatever. But yeah, trying to tell people or like critique people can be bad. But like you said, when someone critiques me, I do the same thing. Sometimes my defenses used to go up. But the other day, a guy said, he was like, dude, you like move around and you're like in LA. This guy goes, you like move around and you're like too fast. And I go, I kind of am. And I kind of moved on, and I was like, that was a moment when I was like pretty good, didn't care what he thought or whatever. Right. But it's because we were at an open mic, and I'm like, I don't even know you. Yeah. But other people do affect me, and I'm like, it shouldn't affect you, because it's like whatever. And like you said, like just saying how you feel or I feel like since I've known you, you've done that. Like I feel like I get better at that. That's the thing I work on. But like I don't think I've ever seen you like oh, I'm sorry, did I offend you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what comics are good at. Well, that's why we all have fun, because you've said you'll roast me, not like, but if you roast me, I'll die laughing. Whereas someone who I don't know will just say something mean. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But if you say something funny, I'm on the floor laughing just as much as everybody else, which is like a better place to be. Whenever you realize you can't really do any. The only way I could do harm to you is hurting you. Right. These are just feelings and emotions and boundaries and whatever that you can. People have definitely said stuff that offended, but you're like, I could tell you, or just be like, whatever. Like Nikki Glazer sent me this book called Letting Go, and it's all everything it almost sounds like you were a part of like helping write that book, like how you view things. Well, yeah, it just talks to you about like letting stuff go. It's like that's their problem. Like if I talk to you and you're upset, like you're upset. Yeah, I didn't even upset. If I upset you, it's like it might be my fault a little bit, but it's also completely not my fault. Like you said, it's like your trauma. You can't take accountability for how someone feels, and it's not like you could dictate that. They want you to know exactly what they experienced at the time and how they feeling, and you may say something that they like, I can't believe you said that. It was like, well, I didn't know. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you gonna like you already upset, so how you gonna get like upset at me as well, adding on to like what you already. I was kissing this girl, and she goes, is my breath bad? We'd like been hanging out. She goes, is my breath bad? And I go, yeah, a little bit. And she got like, she was like, what? And I go, I mean, I was like, what do you want me to do? Lie? I don't know. I don't even know. I was like, if you want me to lie, I'll lie. I don't know. I was like, no, it doesn't. Let's go back. You know what I mean? I was like, no, I'm telling you. And like you said, she goes, I'll go brush my teeth. Like you said, the honesty fixed the moment. Yo, and it's crazy because that's facts. But one time this girl told me my shit stank. She asked me, she said, do you have some gum? And you said, yeah, gave it to her and kept kissing her. And I'm like, why? She like, well, your breath kind of stink. And I was like, I'm like, well, we can go get some. Yeah. You drove to? Yeah, I drove to get some. Like, we was already in the car kissing, but I was like, that hit hurt because it's like, damn, my breath stank. And you bought gum with an erect. You're like hard being like, can I get a pack of gum? I need some gum right now. You're like, I kissed her. She's like, can I tell you something? I was like, and when they say to give you that, can I tell you something? It's like, do you really want to hear what she's about to say after? You really do, but you almost wish you could just go any other place on the planet at that moment. Hey, can we talk about something? You're like, it's never going to be better. It's never going to be cool. You know what I mean? Why get the disclaimer? Yeah. Right before you order, if they're like, by the way, you're like, it's never going to be good. The bathrooms don't work. Yeah. I'm like, no. Jumping out of the car and rolling down the street. Just no. Can I tell you something? No, thank you. Just pulling the eject like it's in like a fighter pilot. No, you can't. Oh my God. You never want to know. Yeah, you never know. But dude, we are both. It's fun. We are both single. So the next time I come to New York, we'll both have to. Or wait, you're single, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being single because I feel like everyone else I know is either trying to be a comedian or has more kids than I remember them having the last time. Like, I feel like a lot of my friends are like having kids or still doing stand up. That's like my friend group. Is like people who have like lives, and then the rest of us who are like, I might move to New York, and people are like, oh, we can't even go to the restaurant I like because it's too far away with my kids.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't mind just being a cool ass uncle, man.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes.
I'm good, man. If I have kids, okay. I'm one of the unlucky ones. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it. But if not, then you know what I'm saying. I'ma still be good.
We have so much fun, dude. Like like people are like, kids had so much. I'm like, have you ever just been a comic in New York or just going around the
I don't
city?
want to share that fun with not a kid, nobody.
No way.
I want all that to myself.
Dude, we've been hanging. There's been many times we were hanging out where I told you I was like, we might be having like the most. I'll be hanging out with comics. I go, we might be having the most fun anyone's having right now. You know what I mean? Like, except unless you're like probably like, I don't know, a pro athlete in any way or like an actor or something like that.
And it's crazy because this is like our everyday life.
Nice.
This is what we do.
This is what we do all the time.
This is what we wake up and breathe this. So it's like people to the average person experience the stuff we go through and we do, they'll be like, wow.
I know. I told people I sleep
every
in my
night.
car and they got so scared that I was like, oh, I like it. It's nice out right now. Like, or whatever, like the things you do to get there. Or people be like, we were talking about this, like you're so close and you're like, I'm in the water. Like I'm so comfy. Yeah, you don't have a credit or you don't do this, but you're like, I'm in the game. I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. You're releasing albums. You're doing all that stuff. It feels good. I feel like we're at the best. Like I love where I'm at right now. Like I don't know how you feel. I think we were talking about, but like this is it feels like I feel like we're in like in the fucking sauna. I'm like, dude, it's perfect weather right now. But I think we could wrap up. Do you have anything else you want to promote or talk about? The back to back.
Back to back. Make sure y'all check that out on all platforms: Apple, Spotify, Instagram, anything you type in Reggie Kush. Back to back, and that's a B with 3 A's. The number 2, y'all find it. Just type in Reggie Kush, it'll pop up.
Yeah, you'll find it. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Speaking of back to back, I think because I'm coming out to New York, I don't know how long I'll be there, but if I am, we should just do back to back episodes. We'll do another episode. We'll do another pod if you want. Dude, we'll do some rap battling. I'll bring my guitar because I've thought about that.
Oh, you could.
I swear, I was listening to one of your songs and I was like, I was picturing it, but I was like, I wish I was better at guitar to be like, check this out, and I wrote a thing with it that's fucking badass. But I am so not that creative at guitar. If your song needed the D chord, I could play it. Oh, really? But if it needed like a sick ass, I couldn't do any of that. I'm so bad at music. If I showed you my song, you would be like, "Don't show that to people."
Do you know how to freestyle on there?
With music, with a guitar?
Yeah.
I can make up music kind of shittily by myself. Sometimes I'll get a zone, but if anyone's around, it's mortifyingly embarrassing.
I don't know how to
or if I'm perfectly high every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know how to write music with instruments, honestly.
Yeah. We should try it. Dude, yeah, we can play guitar after this if you fucking want to rip one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Can you play guitar at all?
I played one before, but did I play it good? I don't know.
Well, I have 2, which means that you know, if you've never seen me play guitar, that I'm awful at it. Because if I have 2 hanging guitars and you've never seen me play, you're like, those might as well be books I don't read.
I remember you saying you was in a band, though, right?
No, I mean in high school.
You still got a band?
No. Not at all. I write music by myself and I try to play stuff, but it's like very like a guy who's like, I'm gonna do stand up one day. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's just for me. It's like, but I at least do the work. I have done an open mic though. I hate when guys are like, I'm gonna do it for 6 years and never do. So I did. My arms were shaking, and I did a show where I ended playing guitar, and everyone was like, that was not very good. But no, they didn't say anything. But yeah, no, that's the episode. Yeah, Reggie Kush, we have to have you back on. Love you. One of the best guys. Lives in New York. I'm gonna be there. I'll come see you in a couple weeks. We'll hang out and yeah, I'll jump the turnstile this time and they're like, excuse me, sir, and you know, I'm like, keep up with me, but I smoke cigarettes, so I fucking pass out immediately. Dude, I will. All right, that's the episode. Love you guys. Bye. Follow Reggie Kush.
Peace.
Fuck yeah, dude, that was perfect.